Welcome back, you filthy exiles. So it's been a long time since I've done a delve video, and this is actually one of the ways I've been generating quick currency. So in the last day or so, or not even that, last hour, I hopped on for a little bit. I cleared like 200 chaos and a couple of Exalt and whatnot. But anyway, how am I doing it? What's my strategy? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Now, quick disclaimer. If you're an elitist, and as you can see, I'm still selling fossils, and we're going to go D&D mode so we don't get spammed. If you're an elitist and this is not what you like doing in Delve, then this video is not going to be for you. But if you want to generate quick currency, if you want to delve, if you want to understand Delve a bit better and how to basically run it, because it is a mechanic that that a lot of people play, but not the majority of people play, because there's tons of ways to make currency, then stay tuned and let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing that we need to understand about delving as an overall is the market and how it's operating. And this is the 1st of February 2021 that we're doing this video. So there's a couple of things that we need to look at. First of all, we go to poe.ninja. This will be in the description. Secondly, we want to look at fossils. So right now, the fossil market is actually doing pretty well. You can sell Biomes for 5 chaos, perfects for 6 chaos a piece, corrodeds, which drop commonly, for 7 chaos, and if you get lucky enough to get bloodstains and hollows, which aren't necessarily easy to get straight up, you can sell those for a pretty penny. But we're talking about selling high bulk volumes in Delve, and that's how we make our currency. On the flip side of this, resonators are currently selling for 6 chaos for a powerful chaotic resonator, which are really common at about Delve 150 to 250, so incredibly profitable, and right now selling for a lot. And even if you get these alchemaics and chaotic potent resonators, you can sell for 1 chaos a piece anyway. So again, market's doing pretty well. It's not a not profitable mechanic, and these drop pretty commonly throughout Delve, and we'll talk about that as we go through the video. Now, the other side of it is scarabs. Your sulphite scarabs, gildeds are only 9 chaos, so realistically you only have to get 2 corroded fossil, 1 corroded fossil, and a shuddering or a jagged, and you've already covered a sulphite scarab if that's the way you go. But we'll talk about generating sulphite in the next segment of this video. But anyway, that's pretty much why you should delve. It's incredibly profitable from a market perspective right now, just selling bulk volumes. But anyway, we'll get into the next section of the video, which will be how to generate sulphite. Okay, so how do we generate sulphite? And I get asked this question a lot. Well, the first and foremost way is running scarabs. So you can get sulphite scarabs, you get rusteds, about 1.5 chaos. It's a little bit more for, polished, and then gildeds, you can get winged for about 18 chaos or so, I think they are at the moment. And basically you just bang that in your map device, and Bob's your uncle, Nico pops up. Now, the other way to do it is actually running the Nico missions, which are these here. And as you can see, I got 17 banked up because I've only just started delving for the league, but that's your other alternative here. Now, with the... Oh, and I should note that with both of these methods, and even with the next one, and I'll put it in the description, if you do rotas or rotations, you can go to global 840, /global 840, and I'll put that in the description. And that's the channel, the global chat channel for sulphite rotas if you want to go that way, and that's a really quick way to generate it. You get a bunch of people in a party, everyone taps 1 rota, and basically you just go map to map, follow the group until you generate a ton of sulphite, and being one of the individuals that contributes. So anyway, that's a really quick way to generate sulphite. The other way that you can do it now is there's 2 map nodes that you can utilize. You can use Lex Proxima and unlock the Rich Veins, Sulphite Infusion, and the Packed with Energy nodes. Sulphite Infusion in particular because basically on the completion of red tier maps, if you're just doing general farming, you're going to get 5 additional Voltaxic Sulphite on completion of that map, so that's pretty cool. And the other side of that is New Vestia, which means you can unlock a Mad Devotion and Out of the Blue, and this is going to generate more sulphite when you actually run sulphite rotas or sulphite scarabs or sulphite Nico missions on these areas. But that's pretty much the overall, how to get sulphite. Okay, so you figured out how to, why you should delve, you figured out how to get sulphite, you've generated sulphite. As you can see, I've not got much here, but we've got enough to work with. So what do we level up at our Voltaxic generator first? Well, the first thing you want to get is darkness resist. You want to get some capacity, you want to get darkness resist, and you want to get light radius. These are your first three things that you want to level up. You want to get these to a level, you want to be on at least 75% all the time, but that's not necessarily going to happen all the time. But you want to have enough darkness resist so you're not negative, and the light radius is pretty key because that's going to keep you alive in the nitty-gritty situations. Now, for your flares, you're going to want to get, you're going to want to keep pushing your flare number up, but I would suggest radius to be a max out when you're looking at flares. You can have less flares, it just means you can't go into as many side areas if you don't have as sustaining character or a darkness runner, and that's another whole video. Duration, I've got mine at 20 seconds. You're not going to be running around taking 10 minutes to loot shit in Delve. You're going to be running up and down, and I'll show you at the end of the video of how I do that in my strategy. Dynamite, I've got mine up to 6, but I'd usually level Dynamite last, but the first thing you want is Sulphite capacity, so you can run more Delves, darkness resist and light radius, and alternate between the two, and then focus on light radius on your flares, total number of flares, and then duration last. That's pretty much the what you need to level. Okay, so you've gotten that far and you're going to start delving, and you're figuring out, what do all these colors in here mean? What the hell does this mean? It's all patchy and shit and there's random crap. This is red. These are referred to as biomes, and funnily enough, there is actually a guide for this, and I'll put this in the description as well. So, depending on the biome, there's a higher probability of different types of fossils dropping. So, for example, perfect fossils and corroded fossils have a really good sell value, so you want to basically focus fungal caverns if you want to go for those. Now, if you're farming for actual crafting, then you might need metallic fossils for lightning damage, or frigid for frost damage, or cold damage, scorched for fire. These are generally more worthless of the fossils, but that might be the fossil you need for your build. Now, I'll put this guide up. This is essentially your guide to getting fossils, and where and how to farm these fossils predominantly. So yeah, if you were wondering what the colors are, that's what they are. They're called biomes. They just dictate the types of fossils that drop in those areas. Okay, so delve strategies. So there's a few ways that you can play delve. Normally you want to go down to, so the first thing I would say to anyone who's starting out on delve, and if you want to make currency out of it efficiently, you don't have to go down to crazy depths. You don't have to have a delve runner. You can go down to about 150 to 250 is optimum for most fossils and fossils that turn a profit. And also you'll get a decent amount of volume down there at that level. It's not too hard. You can usually do that at a pretty proficient level once you get to level 90. We're talking level 83 zones, but good shit drops down there. You got to get a lot of base chaos when you're down there. You also get a lot of fossils and resonators at about those levels, as long as you're in the right biomes and your RNG is playing on your field. Normally you'll walk away out of a full sulphite, meter. You'll walk away with a bit of stuff to recover on that sulphite that you've had to generate. So you'll turn a profit. You'll generally make about an Exalt or so. At about with 22,000, 23,000 sulphite, you're going to walk away with an Exalt easily enough. And it doesn't take too much to generate that in just general mapping, or if you're focusing on rotas and things like that. Now, there are two ways to play delve. You can continually push down, and I would suggest this if you've got a character that can handle that. But some people will hit a point where you just basically get to a brick wall. And that's when you can go horizontally. And as you can see, I haven't gotten to that point yet, but when I get to a stage where I'm like, this is too hard, I'll move up, and I'll basically just go horizontal all the way through, and that's how I'm going to generate a ton of currency from just fossil farming, and yeah, that's pretty much as simple as it gets. Now, as to how to actually run delve, that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so when you're running your delves, you want to make sure that you've got maximum flares. I haven't got enough sulphite for azurite for maximum thingamabob dynamite. But basically you want to look for these longer caverns that spiral down here, because there's generally more stuff in the sides that you can blast your way in. So at this stage, we'll do this, and I'll show you basically how my strategy works, or how I actually delve, and how I find stuff in delve. And a lot of people, I guess, look at this as a bit of a daunting mechanic, and it can be, if you don't know what you're doing. But anyway, so basically, you're going to run in delve. In my case, I'm running brands, so you'll just basically kill all the enemies that come at you. In my case, really easy with this build. So what you're looking for is you're always looking at the sides of the map to see if there's a turning point. So you'll see here, so there's a crossroad. So this is going up here. Now the minecart will stop once you run away, and then that'll give you the opportunity to basically run up here, drop a flare, open up the loot box, and then you'll run back, and then you'll run. Now some people do this a little differently. This is my strategy. So right now this is a really short column. So we'll do this instance, and I'll show you the next one, which is much longer. So as you can see, if you've got a good character that can handle it, you just basically cream your way through delve. And this is only 173, so you know, we'll probably get to like 600, 700 with this character easily. So it'll just do its thing, kill a bunch of shit. Hopefully that's not too loud on the recording. Come on, they just keep coming. Especially when you start to get lower down, there's a lot of enemies. Alright, cool. So, enemies still coming at me. Alright. Now we're going to go and take this longer cavern here. So, we'll basically follow the minecart, and this is what it's essentially going to look like. And you're just going to basically follow it down and look for areas on the side of the map that go off. So like this down here, you'll go down, hey, there's stuff down here, but in this case it's too far down, too far away from the minecart, and too high a risk of losing XP unless you're suiciding. So then you'll go up here, you'll be like, alright, just going to work my way around, kill all the enemies, check these crevices here, because see, there's always something in the corners. Always look for stuff that's in the corner of your eye in this mechanic. So down here, I noticed that there's a crevice here. So basically, and there we go, resonator cache. So that's a couple chaos there already. And then we'll just run back to the minecart. And then do it again. So up here, this will go down. So now we'll go up here. We'll drop a flare. Lost armor, there's nothing crazy up here. So then we come back down. And you don't have to do this quickly, you can do this slowly. Here we go. Always look out for fractured walls. So you're going to drop dynamite, blow the wall, drop a flare. We got hidden treasure. Nothing really to report in here, but you know, as we go down further, the better it will look. So we just continue down. And they were always looking for stuff on the side. There we go, there's another one. So in this case, we'll just flame dash, wealth, there we go, raw chaos, and that tends to be a really common one, and this goes a little further, so we're going to go further down, and we actually want to get that azurite, because that's going to let us unlock more shit so that we can go deeper into the delves. But basically, when you see a side cavern, just run towards it, drop a flare. If you're unsure, drop a flare. And we'll just do this. And it's just such a consistent way to level up. So from 92 to 93, I haven't done a lot of work. You know, I think I was on 71 million XP per hour. So as you can see, Delve just sort of drops Exalts like it's going out of fashion, and other currencies. Yeah, very straightforward mechanic. And then yeah, that's essentially it. That's delving in a nutshell. I've tried to make this really quick and really brief, especially for beginners, and this will be segmented up so you can see the different things. Now, you know, your last thing is you basically, if you've got a delve stash, or even if you don't, you're just going to pop it in your stash, chuck each item in individually priced. Make sure you're always repricing and making sure that you've got them priced right. So 6 chaos for perfects. How much were those resonators? So that resonator that we picked up was 1 chaos. These right now are a half a chaos, which is usually, what, an alteration. You know, we've got, these are 0.5 chaos. So, you know, there we go, selling for 0.5 chaos. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. So you just make sure 3 chaos, 1 chaos. So, you know, we've got 17 chaos there. You know, you just make sure you keep pricing it. As you go down deeper, you'll get these perfect fossils will drop. I'm on D&D right now. I'm pretty sure people will be hitting me about those perfect fossils. I've got 4 of those. So, you know, you're looking at, you know, a decent amount of profit straight off the mark. There's 24 chaos just there, which is a quarter of an Exalt, and you'll sell that in bulk, and they drop pretty damn commonly. Same with that, 21 chaos just sitting there. There's almost, you know, a half an Exalt sitting right there in just like 7 fossils. But anyway, I hope this guide helps. I hope this helps you understand delving. And if you're strapped for cash, you're new to the game, you want an easy way to make currency, and you don't really fully understand the mechanics, delving is pretty much a genuinely easy way to make currency without too much investment of trying to understand highly complex mechanics. It's pretty much a seller's market more than often. In this league right now, we're like 2.5 weeks into the league. It's a pretty profitable thing because everyone's crafting their shit. Anyway, like and sub, and until next time, bye.